Welcome to Rehatched Designs by Tina Williams, where I make junk journals, all different styles, several different ways, for many different upcycled and new things. Sit back and enjoy the video. And if you like it, please give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll know when I upload future videos. Hi everybody, this is Tina. Hope you're doing well today. We are here to do some more work on my Boho Gypsy journal. The last video that we had, we worked on the signatures, and this is what we did in case you were not able to watch that. And of course, it was the video prior to this. And so we went ahead and did the pockets and added belly bands and different things to each page. So this is going to be the cover of each signature, and there's a total of 6. So these are all the different pockets that we put in, different trims, that type of thing. So anyway, that is kind of, oh, that stuck where it wasn't supposed to. There we go. Let me fix that. I'm just kind of showing you how we ended up. So this is pretty much kind of what we've done so far. Want everybody to get caught up on everything. So, and here is our cover. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to work on finishing the cover as far as decorating it. And then hopefully I'm going to get to I have a few more pages that I want to do for the inside of the journal. The one thing that I have to be careful of on this journal is the fact that it easily gets very, very bulky. So I want to be careful to pay attention to that. And it's going to have a 3-inch spine on it, if you're wondering. So, and it's going to be a floating kind of spine. I'm going to just basically put it in here, right here. And so it'll make it so that the journal can be more flexible, even though it's pretty stiff because the material that I've used and all the trim and everything makes it stiff. But it was going to be something like this. So it'll be kind of like that. So I have to kind of measure when I'm doing this to know where the center of the front is. So let me see. We are looking at probably a total of, I think I always make them 14 inches. So yeah, so there's 12. This is from end to end from there, and then from here to here is, yeah, another 2 inches. So it's 14 inches this way. And so basically what you do then is that I'll have a 5.5 inches on each end. So hey, I gotta try and mark this right at 5.5 inches so that I know. It's very stiff. Okay. There we go. Let me see. So this is right at 5.5 right there. And this is all pre-planned when you do the cover, but, and 5.5 here. So 5.5 should be, yeah, I measure it right at the end of this pocket. Okay, and that's kind of how I did it. So it's a little bit hard to fold because when you put that much glue in there with it, it gets stiff. So this is going to be the front, and then 5.5 here, not to the end of the fringe, but to right here. And I put fold marks in here. I used a file folder for the middle, but you know, after you add all this stuff to it, you're not going to really see it. Okay, so that will give us 5.5 and 5.5 here. The pages, even though I have not cut them all down yet, let me see. These are the pages, so they will fit. And also too, I decorated all the pages, so there's a lot of tucks and pockets and cool stuff and all this stuff in the pages. But I'm going to put some plain pages in there also, not just the decorated pages, because, you know, I want there to be some writing room, etc. in there. So, and I have other pages like things, but anyway, they're going to be, let's see here, these are 5 inches. So I mean, you could do these at 6 inches and then, you know, just kind of because I have all this fringe here, I can go 5.5 because it's going to cover, let's see, 5.5 is right there. So, you know, that gives me lots of room for a spine, which is going to be from here to here, which should be about, it's a little over 3 inches. It's about 3.25 inches. So, but approximately 3 inches for a spine. So anyway, this is going to be my 5.25 is my front. And the reason that's important to kind of know that, or 5.5, I'm sorry, is that I want to know where I'm going to put my decoration or whatever I'm going to put on here. And this is going to be, again, this will go in here like that, and that will hang over. So you don't want more than like a 1/4 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch at the most. Really, a 1/4 inch is perfect of the end of your papers. But I don't want too much, mainly because I am going to be having all of these things hanging off out. And if I put them in too far, you won't be able to see them. And that's the whole point in putting those in there, is to make sure that I get that effect. So a lot of thought goes into where I'm putting things. So in any case, let's get to the decorating of this. This is going to be, I have a little case for each of, I'm making 4 journals. With y'all, we will see. I want to put this on the front, and the reason I'm choosing a kind of a black and white photo, and I actually enlarged this to the size that I wanted because I wanted more of the face showing. The reason I'm doing that is because of all of the color. I think it'll really pop. It'll actually make it pop by adding just the black and white. And it's going to have this really pretty pin with this. It's going to be part of the cover, so that will be on there too. And this is going to be the tie that ties around it. It's just some sari silk. It's actually not very super fancy, but because of all this going on, I wanted to do that. But I want to go ahead and get that all done, get it ready to go. So really it's just a matter of putting the frame on. I have another frame I was looking at. I could put that in there too. That's a possibility. It's a little bigger than this one, you know, so I don't know. You know, I've got frames picked out for all of them. And I think this one would work. The reason I like it is that I don't want it, I want this to be hanging down over here. And I want you to have a clear vision right there. I don't want it too big. I love all the stuff going on here, but I really feel like I need to have something on there. So let's get started with that, and we will go ahead and work on that. So first off, I'm going to figure out that I'm going to probably have to put this about right here, and it barely, you know, fits in there like that. So that I think it's going to go like that. I'm going to put that aside for now, but I want to work on this part. And also I have boho beads that are going to be on the cover as well that I've picked out along with that. So, and I might make a tassel for it. I'm not positive yet. I'm just not sure because it may be overkill, but you know, I'm already overkilling it as it is. So I figured, you know what? So what I'm going to do to this is I want to make a vintage looking gold frame. And this is, like I said, a Tim Holtz frame. I will link it in the description box. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them Hobby Lobby or Joann's. I know carry them. I'm not sure if Michael's does anymore, but I know that they carry them. They don't always have them there. Sometimes you have to order them. I usually get mine on Amazon, but a lot of times Joann has deals on their Tim Holtz stuff, and this is the older stuff, so you can usually find it and order it and get a discount. But if you have to pay for shipping, then it doesn't really pay. But you know, if you get it like a good shipping deal, then it works out. So what I'm doing is I am just using this is Tim Holtz embossing dauber, and I've also used some Versamark, and all that is a thing to make your embossing powder stick. And I am going to just take a clean this is just parchment paper or butcher paper that I bought. I buy it, you know, by the sheet because I use this stuff so much. And I'm just going to put, this is embossing powder from Ranger, and it's just called Gold, and it's kind of an antique-y gold color. And I'm going to go over this whole thing with that. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I really am trying to get back to getting at least 2 videos a week done, but I am super busy lately, so it's just, you know, it's going to be what it is until I get to the point where I have time. All right, let me move that over here for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. But anyway, I am diligently working on these journals, so I know people have asked me, and you know, I'm going as fast as I can. So, but they're very time consuming. It's just I put a lot of kind of I don't know, mixed media type things in there, and I'm telling you, the stuff that you put in it really takes longer than anything, I think. But oh, I guess my heat gun is not plugged in. Let me plug it in. Okay, so that is one layer on there, and I'm going to do it one more time because I want it to look, you know, very golden. So I'm going to do that just to fill in any spots that I did not get on there good. Turn that over because it's got the sticky on that side. I don't want the embossing powder to stick to it. So anyway, I have been super busy. If you watch both my channels, I have another channel that does home decor. I will try and remember to link it. It might be already linked, but if not, I'll put it in the description box or do something. But you can follow me over there, and I have gotten a booth at a painterly location in North Richland Hills, Texas. Well, after I did that, it's only been a month, maybe a month and a half. I've been offered booths at 2 other locations in the area. So I actually took him up on it, which was kind of crazy, but I did. So now I'm trying to get 3 booths ready. So it's just a little bit crazy. I'm going to go ahead and do this again. I'll turn off the sound again. Alright, so this time I got a few little bubbles in there, so I'm going to kind of press that down. Excuse me, let me get a drink here. It's not going to really matter in the long run because we're going to do more to this. So, alright. So now I'm going to take, this is a Grecian Gold Rub and Buff, and I'm just going to take a little bit of a makeup sponge, if I can get it out. It's getting, I've had this for a while, so it's starting to, after all this time, get a little crusty in there. There we go. So I'm going to get a little of that out. It's kind of a darker gold. It's a different tone. So I'm going to get that out, and I'm just going to kind of dab it on there because I want it to have like a two-toned effect to it. It's not sticking real good, so this mustn't be the bottom of the barrel where it doesn't have much oil left in it. So I'm doing that because I don't like the brightness of the gold that's on there. I want it to be a little less bright, more antique-y looking. So, but this is better than just using that rub and buff, and it gives it kind of a two-toned effect to it. Gives it more of an antique look. I don't know if you can tell that, but it does. And so then you have that layer underneath, which I like. So then what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and get ready to attach this. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to size it. Get another piece of paper. Because we're going to size this to where we want it and where we want to put it, which I think is going to have to go down to about right here. Yeah, I think about right like that. I'd like it a little lower. There we go. Maybe we can get it like that. We're barely at the edge there, so over just a tiny bit. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this so that we can let's see. And then it's actually in a little bit more than that. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here and go in here on the edge. Alright, let's hope that that is about right where we need it. Yeah, I think so. We're good. Looks like we're good. Okay, so that's how it's going to be. What I want to do now is I want to put, this is called Frosted Crystal by Ranger, And this stuff gives it almost like a vintage glass effect to it. It's an embossing powder, but it's clear, but it's really cool how it looks. So I am going to go ahead and use my distress ink pad since it will cover more of this, or my Versamark pad, although I think it needs a little bit more juice in it. It doesn't have that much, but we shall see. We'll see. I'm going to go over that really good, and it's probably going to take 2 or 3 coats, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this over, and we're just going to pour it on there. I've got some chunks of something else in there. I don't know where my tweezers went. I will use this. I can't find my tweezers. Alright, so that's covered pretty good. I'm going to move this stuff back in here, because I have blown stuff across the room before by not putting it back in the deal while I'm doing this. Okay. Turn that over, and we're going to go ahead and see what it looks like. And it usually takes about 2 coats to get the kind of glassy effect that you want. You of course could use, you know, clear embossing powder to do this too, but this gives it a different effect. It's kind of, you know, kind of different. I think the beads are just really small, because all embossing powder really is plastic. But I think the beads or the crystals are super small, so it just gives a different effect. Alright. Push that aside for a minute. And then do this. So anyway, I am super busy lately, and I really want to get these journals done in the midst of doing all this, but we shall see what happens. I mean, I don't know. You know, you can only do so much in a day, so at some point you have to sleep. So I don't want to rush these. I want them to be, excuse me again. My allergies are really kicking in. So now that I've done that, let me see if that's enough. Let it dry a little bit. It's really cool. And it does give it a really cool effect. It's a lot different than just clear. So, alright, so now I'm going to see. Plus it protects it, you know, from, like, you know, I'm not saying you could pour water on it or anything, but it does protect it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the back. And I think I'm just going to use my beacon, or, you know, fabric tack to do that. You could use, so, because this is going to be kind of shiny and glossy, so, and I'm just going to put some glue around the oval, I think. Would be a good idea. Okay. And make sure I get it in the right spot. So, yeah, I think that's about right there. So I'm going to really push that down and get that on there. That's about right. So that is going to be adhered to there. And of course you could have put another layer on there, but I think 2 is good. And I hope you can see the two-tone of the cover by adding the gold rub and buff to it. Okay, so now what I want to do, that I've done that, I want to go ahead and, where'd my cover go? Buried under here. I want to go ahead and figure out where I want this on my page. And I want it right under these beads, I think. So, but I want it in the middle of these, so I'm going to go my 5.5 inches, and this is not from the end of this part, but not from here, but from here. So I'm going to go, excuse me, I'm really having bad allergies. So 5.5 is here, and so let's go from here to here and find the middle, and it is going to be well, about right over here. So let's see. I think that's about right. Could go a little bit over here. I want to have enough room to put this pin in, and then it'll kind of cover this a little bit and be used as a closure. That's kind of the look I'm going for, and I think that's perfect right there. So I'm going to go ahead and use fabric tack to put this down. And let's see here. I don't want to lose my spot. I think I'm going to mark that with my ruler, so I know where it's going to go. Right there. And I'm going to put quite a bit down because it's going to take a lot, and I'm going to have to put some pressure on top of this to hold it down. If you had long clamps or something, you could definitely do that too, but I'm going to make sure I put enough glue to go all the way around this and even in the middle, because I don't want this coming off. So, and this stuff's pretty strong glue, it will hold it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put this right here. This is where my little mark is. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so there is a little bit of glue that's squirting out on the bottom. Get a wipe and wipe that off so we don't have a lot of seepage. And then I'm going to press something on here, like a book or something heavy. Of course, of course I wouldn't have a book, but anyway, I'll find something to push on here for a minute or two, just so this adheres well. I want to make sure it stays on there nice and flat as it can be. And here, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that gets down too. So I'm going to do that just for a second. And then this will go like this will go around it like that. That will be the tie. I went through, I don't know how many ideas for the ties on all of these, and I finally came up with this. All of my other journals, I incorporated the tie into the cover, and this one I did not. And mainly it was because I really wanted to use these pins that I had bought ages ago. So this will go like, okay, this will kind of go like over to the side. And I could, you know, put this band on to where it doesn't come off, you know, but I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. And then this is going to go through here. Hopefully I can get it in there good, because it's a very heavy pin. And each one is going to have a pin on it that are not all the same. Okay. I don't remember what exactly. In any case, that will go kind of like that over to the side, where it's going to hit a little bit of this, and that's how it'll be. So, and then I have some boho beads that will hang down, and that's why I think I may not put a tassel in this. If I do, it's going to be more of a beaded tassel and not a you know, super fringy one, because I'm thinking about putting a long tassel there, which we could do together. Let me think. I don't know if I have any of the little eyelet things in here right now. The little oh, they're probably here. Here we go. So I probably am going to put these like right here. And these are little bulb pins. And that way, the person that gets this, because I mean, if you write in it, you don't really want it just like, you know, in your way all the time. But I think most of the people that buy these really, I don't know, they just basically have them sitting out. Okay, so that's going to go there. I want it to hang on this side so that it will be kind of, you know, kind of right next to the cover. So that will go there. Okay, and then, so that's going to hang kind of like that right there. And that's how it's going to look. Of course, this area will be smaller because it'll have pages in it, okay? And it'll be kind of like that, all right? Let's see here. Then we've got to do, move that over a tiny bit. Let's see, then we have to worry about the tassel. And why don't we, let's see, do we have time? I think we have time. We could definitely go pink, you know. Let's see how the pink looks. I could go purple, I could go a little bit of turquoise. Here's the pink. Come on. So that would be kind of, oh, that's kind of pretty, isn't it? I think that's pretty. Why don't we do that? I have turquoise too, but I think that will look good with that. I'm not trying to make a match, of course, but you know, I just want it to somewhat coordinate. And then, beads wise, let me see, that could work. I don't know. Of course, I can take these beads apart and do them any way I want. It's too much purple. It's kind of hard. Yeah, I think this red looks good, but it doesn't look good with the pink. So, see here. We may have to just create one that works. Because I don't think any of these really are perfect. We'll just have to probably create one, which is fine. I like that purple with that. And then maybe some of those pink. And then some of the copper. Maybe some of the white. No, it says pearly. I really want something turquoise. Let me look in my other stash and see what I have. Definitely has some clear ones. Let's just see what we come up with. Okay, so all I'm going to do is decide, do I have any other ones that I like? Mainly I just have pearly ones. I've got a few purples that look good. Let's try, find my other little thing here. So I've got my wire here to make this. I don't know whether I want to use that. I think I'm going to use a little bit heavier wire. Let's just do that. Get my clippers out. I don't know where they are. I've got to work on my craft room. It's pretty bad. You know, it's the one thing that goes when you're busy. Okay, let's see here. Let's try put those aside. I guess I want a gold end to it, or one of these brassy ones, or I could do that. We'll just see how it looks. Alright, so let's just go ahead and figure out what we're going to put with that. I like the purple. I like that copper. I think we could put the lighter pink in there. And let's try that for a minute. Okay, so I am just going to take these beads and pick out what I want to use. And of course I save all the other ones, but once you cut that string they all start going flying everywhere, so be prepared for that. I'm probably going to need a couple of those, maybe a couple of the pink. I don't know what I have in here. Let me see what I have in here. These purples are pretty, but I don't want to make it all about the purple. Aren't they? And then we've got a gold one here that's kind of cool. Got a pearl one. These are kind of brassy. They might look good instead of the copper. Let's see here. We could do that. That. Maybe that. I don't know. And then put the pink on the end. Let's just see. Alright, so let's try that. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these little purple beads that is smaller, and I'm just going to take it and kind of twist it. I can do it with my hands, but it would be good if I had my little tools, but I don't know where they are, so I think I probably used them in another room. So I'm going to just put that on there like that as a stopper, and a little hook thing for the top. Okay, and then this is where we're going to attach this thing. We're not using the red, we're using this one, and it has a little loop on there, but it also, you can add like a little bead topper on there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably put this one on. So I am going to, where did it go? I just lost it. I have so much stuff sitting around. Okay, I'll put that over here. All right, I'm not using that one. I want to use the other one. I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. It won't fit through. If you can get it to fit through the top, you can use that little loop, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Maybe a little bit closer. And I'm going to put that through here. It's going to be like that. Okay, or I can put, where'd the other one go? This one fits a little bit tighter. Yeah, I think maybe that might look better. If I can get all the little pieces in there. Okay, and then it has like a little thing on top to adhere it. So we're going to go ahead and put some glue inside of here. And you can buy all these things on Amazon. I'll link what I can find. And so then that just goes in there, and you kind of twist it around, and it just sticks in there. You know, give it time to dry. And then all we're going to do from there is we're going to go ahead and take our wire that we're working with and decide what beads we're going to put on there and how we're going to space them, things like that. So I do have some spacers here, and I have some of the other ones. And spacers are just things that you put in the middle. A lot of times they're just decorative and whatever. So I usually have a bead on the bottom, or the top technically, and you can put a couple of them. So I might do that. But they're not going to fit, so I won't do that. Let me try something that has a decent size hole on it. I think I'm going to try this. And I usually go smaller to larger, if that helps anybody. That's kind of how. So that will go over that like that. And then we could take a pink bead and put that on there. I can't even find the hole on this. There we go. That can go there. And we could put a gold bead on there with it. This is just a spacer. And then put, well, actually, you know what? Let me see what else I have here. I do have some other beads that I could use. I might put that on there. No, I guess I don't want that. Why don't we try the purple, right? And then we can try another now let's do this. Let's put this purple on. Oh, this one's really hard to thread through. Okay. And then we're going to put this purple on. All right. And then we will put the pink on. And so far I'm not using any spacers, so we'll just leave it that way. I mean, you can or cannot, depending upon what you want to do. I could put some other colors in there. I have some other spacers over here. I never know how this is going to turn out until I'm actually doing it. So these are kind of cool. Those might look good with it. Let me see what I might do with that. I might put that here. And that just adds another color to it. I don't know if I like that. Oh, let's see. A lot of times you're not going to know until you do it whether you like it. Let's try that. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. And then we're going to put this on. And then we're going to put another one of these on. And then I just mirror what I did on the other one. So that will go there. Okay, there we go. Put that there. And then another pink one. Of course, you don't have to mirror them. You can do them any way you want to, because it's your tassel. You do whatever you want. Okay, it does not want to. It's because my wire is kind of crooked. Oh, don't fall off. Did I do that right? I could have put another one in between there. I just don't want to make this way too long, but we'll see. Please go this way, maybe it'll work. It's really hard to match up the hole when they're small like that. Okay, they were right where they needed to be. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the loop. All right, I forgot to add the tassel. You need to add the tassel on there before, and then, well, that's actually not true. You could put a little jump ring on there and it would work. And I might actually do that because so that is where your tassel goes right there. Okay, and all I'm doing, if I can get this to go down further, is going to loop this around. And you can make your loop and then add the last bead to it, or you can do what I'm going to do and then just kind of add a bead. And then I just take this piece right here, and this is going to get looped around. I don't know. Okay, so when you get to this point, let's just do this. Okay, we are going to go ahead and loop this around. I'm going to add my tassel to that in my loop. Okay, so that's going to be part of the loop because it's going to be hanging down from the bottom. And you can do it above this bottom bead or below it. I like to do it below it because it kind of cleans it up a little bit, and then you just kind of go around it a couple times, get it as tight as you can get it, and usually you need another set of pliers. You can hold that and then pull it, and that makes it nice and tight. And then you want to clip it as close as you can. Oops, I just dropped them. Okay. All right, so it made a little place for your tassel to go on the bottom, and it tightened up your whole little thing. All right, and then let me move this aside. Hopefully all my beads won't go flying. You will just take this, and this will go, this will be just your tassel right there. So again, I just use bulb pins, but you could you know, punch a hole in there and make a little spot. And I've got the little ring things to go in there and everything, but I usually don't do that on these. I do it on other journals, but usually not on these. I just use a little ball pen and put it through there. Oh, what I'm gonna do here, I'll put it on here first. I'm gonna put it on here, and then I'm gonna put a jump ring at the top so it'll dangle better. It dangles better if you put an extra jump ring on there. You want to get that in there pretty good. It's not super heavy, but it's heavy. And you want to just have that there. And then if you take a jump ring, which are these things, if I can find a brass one, and we're going to open that up. Oh, I just dropped it, so I'll have to get another one because I'll probably never find it. Yeah, my hands are just butterfingers today. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and open this up, and there's an opening in here, and you're just going to open it up like that. You attach it to your tassel, okay, on the little ring on top, because you made a little loop. Should have room. And then you can just add it to your little bulb pin, and then that way you can just take the bulb pin off if you want to take your tassel off. It's not permanently attached, because, you know, if you actually want to write in the journal, it might be a good idea to do that. And then that will go right here. So then that is going to make our cover, guys. So that'll be kind of in the back off the side, and that will be it right there. So anyway, that is what we're going to do. I mean, that's all we're going to do for today. So I hope this was fun and instructional and it helped you guys out. So as far as doing all the other stuff, that was very detailed, and I don't know, maybe we'll do that at another time. We'll make another one. All right, well, I will see you again next time, and realistically it's going to be in a week. So we'll just try. I'm trying to do one a week until I get my ducks in a row. And if you're interested in what's going on with all of that, I will put the link for my other channel in the description. I thought I had it attached to this thing. I embedded in there, but I'm not sure. So I will go ahead and do that, and you can kind of check out what's going on over there. And I hope to see you guys again soon. And bye-bye. Take care.